All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We have a very exciting show. Um, Guys, as you know, there have been some things going on in the news with objects flying over our country. That's right. And we're going to get into it tonight. This is where you guys want to be at. We're bringing it live. And look, before we go any further, I have a guest, Jim Andre. This guy specializes in UFOs, aliens. He has a very unique perspective. Let me tell you something. If you've been following my show since the summer, I told you guys that something was going to come out the sky over our country. Did I not say that in previous shows? And it's happening now. Let me bring my guest on before we go any further. Jim Andre. Everybody give him a round of applause. Jim.
Hey, how's it going, Dedrick? Hey, how you doing?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on tonight, last minute. Let me tell you guys, when we went on, I told Jim, I said, bro, look, I was racing home because of the news that was breaking. And I said, I have to do a show tonight because American people deserve to hear the truth. So let's get into it. No further ado. Jim, as you watching the news, what did you think about the news today?
Well, all I know is I have a hard time trusting the mainstream news media as a whole because if you notice, no matter what media outlet you're listening to, it's the same narrative, exact same narrative, like it's a script that they're all reading. So as far as taking that, whatever they say at face value, I have reservations about that.
Right, right. And you know, the situation with the spy balloon looks a little suspect. And then what happened today about the news saying that our government shot down an object flying over Alaska
Right.
looks suspect even more, especially since I told people, I said, get ready for a distraction to cover up for Biden accomplices maybe for
Exactly.
not shooting down this weather balloon or this spy balloon.
Right.
So, guys, look, today, let's get right into it. Our military said fighter jet shoots down object over U.S. waters. Now, what's interesting, I've watched this man speak over and over before we did the live show. My personal interpretation, he kept tripping over the word object and aircraft. And to me, that's a telltale sign when you can't focus on a word because, like, for example, if you was in a car accident and the cop said, what type of vehicle hit Jim's car? I said it was an SUV. I'm not going to keep tripping over SUV and motorcycle.
Right.
You know, so it makes me wonder, like, hey, you know, what's going on here? Like, what is it that you're trying to cover up? Now, Jim, do you think that there was an actual object?
Well, yeah, I think there was something there. I don't know. You know, they're grand masters at great deception. So, I mean, that's the tough part. You know.
Right. So, do you think it would have another spy balloon, maybe?
That's a possibility. You know, one question in my mind is why did Biden wait so long before he shot that spy balloon down?
Right.
You know, I mean, you think that would be like a off the hook decision to do something about it instead of letting it float around for the time and period that they allowed that to do so.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's all confusing, and I think that's all by design. See.
And let's also keep in mind that there's another spy balloon floating around in Latin America, correct, as we speak.
Yeah, well, you know, if you remember correctly, on a show that I was on with you not too long ago, I was mentioning to beware of a false flag alien invasion that they're planning.
That's right.
So
And
could this be the start of it?
Well, that's interesting because we talked about that, and you remember we said that it could be a hologram come out the sky.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now, I don't know what this object is. I've been doing my research trying to figure out what the object is, and I have pictures that came up on there, and it looks kind of suspect. And they said that they shot it down and it crashed on ice, but they're showing pictures of the spy balloon they're pulling out the water. So why are you talking about an object that you shot over Alaska and you're retrieving, but you're showing pictures of the spy balloon?
Now, where was the spy balloon shot down? Near
Off the
Georgia
coast of
somewhere?
South Carolina.
Oh, South Carolina. Okay.
Correct. Off the coast of South Carolina, and it was shot I think like 12 miles out off the
12 miles
coastline.
out. Yeah. Right.
Now, for those that don't know, in case you don't follow news, this is what was floating in the sky, the spy balloon. And when they shot it, all this white powder fell down into the water. Now, I wonder why was this object carrying white powder? And could it possibly be something toxic or chemical?
It's a good possibility.
Think about that. Maybe that's why they didn't shoot it down when it was floating over the Midwest. Maybe they were waiting for it to get out to sea. But like dummies, they shot it down. Well, we'll know in 6 months what was in it when it goes into the water system. Because wherever it was, is
Right.
damn sure went down into the water system.
Right.
So going back to today, now look here, America. We are in some trying times. We have jets shooting down unidentified objects. Now I will tell you this. The news stated and the military stated that they don't know they don't know the origins of it, what country it come from, and he just kept saying, we just don't know the origins of it. So that means you don't even know if it's from this planet.
Right.
Do you think it's
Well,
possible?
It'd be interesting to see what they come up with in the next few days as, to what the explanation of everything is.
And for those that's just tuning in, this is what they pulled out the water. This is the image that they keep showing when they talking about, oh, we pulled the item out of the water. I don't know what happened here.
Yeah, and obviously that's not ice right there. That's all water, right?
That's right, and that's the object that they actually showing off the coast of Myrtle Beach.
Right.
So here come the trickery. You're talking about an item that you shot down that supposedly landed on ice. But you're showing an item that you shot down a few days ago off the coast of Myrtle Beach. Why is that?
Right. Exactly. Yeah, to confuse everybody. That's what that is. It's all by design.
Right, that's like talking about a mass shooting that took place in Brooklyn, but you keep showing a mass shooting that took place in Texas 2 days ago.
Right.
Now, America, you have to, no matter what's going on, what the truth is, my thing is, Jim, I feel like Americans should be more alert daily about what's going on, because even when I put this in group, people are like, oh, that happened 2 days ago. I'm like, no, I'm not talking about the spy balloon. I know how to read the news. I'm a very educated person. I know how to read the news. I know when the news company said this happened today.
Right.
And I think
And I mean, there's also a big difference in the location. I mean, Alaska versus,
Myrtle Beach.
South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, yeah.
So let's read some things here. The high altitude object did not appear to have any surveillance equipment, a U.S. official said. The high altitude object that was shot down Friday did not appear to have any surveillance equipment, according to U.S. officials, which would make it both smaller and likely less sophisticated than the suspected Chinese. Now,
Right.
this is the wordplay. Once again, he stated that the object was the size of a car. He said the reason they shot it down because at the altitude of flying, it was a threat to civilians and to our country. Once again, he also stated that he don't know the origins of this object. He don't know if it's China, Russia, or from this planet. And the fighter jets they used was not casual fighter jets. They used fighter jets that are used to dealing with some heavy adversaries of ours. Now
You know, I tend to think that it wasn't a UFO because with their technology they could have outmaneuvered them jets easily, unless it was some kind of
malfunction,
slip up or something like that. Yeah.
Maybe this object, I'm just putting it out there, get your opinion. Let's say this object hypothetically came down from the galaxy and it was about to crash, and that's why it was flying low, and the military caught it slipping and shot it down.
Could be.
Could be.
But then again, if it was on a crash course, it would have eventually went down on its own, right?
Yeah. But unless the military wanted to track it and keep track of it and shoot it down so they know where it's at, so they can run tests on it.
Could be, yeah.
Now, once again, he stated they retrieved the object, but this is the item that they showed that they retrieved. And they're running
Which
tests
doesn't make
on it.
sense, yeah. Because
No
at that point he
sense
was,
at all.
yeah, because at that point he was referred to the one in Alaska, correct?
Well, yes. He referred to the
Yeah.
one on the left, but he keeps showing the Myrtle Beach, the actual,
Right.
the China spy balloon.
Right.
Let's see what else they had to say. Let's see what some other officials had to say. So we had Canadian Prime Minister Friday, for those of y'all that say, oh, that was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Friday, he was briefed on the shoot down of the high altitude object hovering over Alaska this afternoon and supported the decision to take action. So you have two nations saying this object must go down.
Right.
Forgive me, Jimbo, you don't want to know what I'm thinking. But I'm going to put it out there.
Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to put it out there. It has to do with Nancy Pelosi. And the reptilian race theory. No, but for real, guys, on a serious matter, let's see what else they had to say. The object flying at an altitude of 40,000 feet and the size of a small car. Now, a small car could be a Lexus, it could be a Kia. Came to the government attention last evening and posed a reasonable threat to the safety of civilian flight, a White House official said. The Pentagon said the object appeared to be unmanned and a recovery operation is underway. Let me stop right there. How do you know that this object is unmanned if you shot it down? How do you know this object is unmanned if you shot it down?
Right.
See, we have to look at this, America. If it's on ice and you're retrieving it and nobody's not down there yet to retrieve it, but you keep showing this image, how do you know that this is unmanned? They said the item had no windows. He actually stated it was not a drone, and it was not a spy balloon. Now, this is coming from the military. This is not Gemini talking, America. So let's go back here. The Pentagon said the object appeared to be unmanned and recovery operations are underway now. The Federal Aviation Administration issued a temporary flight restriction in an area of northern Alaska as the military took action against the object. Now, there's an aerial restriction, and the military took action against the object.
Yeah, no matter what they reported, it doesn't make sense. And like I said, that's all by design.
Let's go to our comment section real quick. God damn, man. What the fuck that got to do with Trump? We talking about possibly alien invasion. You over here talking about Trump. This is why we're not ready. We have to go to war with China. If this is a object that was sent here by China, because America is delusional right now. I'm gonna put it out there. We're delusional. Our kids is fucking hooked on TikTok. That was created by China. Distracting. We're on Instagram twerking. And it might be either alien invasion or another country could be possibly invading us.
Right.
That's a fact. It's one of the two.
And the possibility also exists that our very own government or the powers that be are just using smoke screens and mirrors for an upcoming event.
Right. And I stated that the other day on my post. I said, hey guys, get ready for a distraction that's coming behind to cover up the fact that this spy balloon existed in America for so long, for almost a week. And let's keep in mind, for those guys watching, there's still another one floating around in Latin America.
Exactly.
Now, for people that don't know history, a lot of Americans, why this is dangerous. If you know anything about the Bay of Pigs and the Cuban Missile Crisis, if you know anything about that, you know that America is like, I'll be damned, they let Russia get in the backyard next to Cuba. So the reason why America's alarmed about these spy balloons, because you don't know what's in it. You don't know what chemicals is floating in when they shot it down. And the fact that you have something from China floating around on our soil, not near our soil, but on our soil. And now we just had another craft, possibly, near America. Are we on the brink of something political, or is this something unidentifiable from somewhere else, Jim? Talk to me.
Well, it's hard to say exactly what it is. I mean, like you said, that white powder substance, that could be anything. Time will tell if it's going to end up being detrimental or not. I mean, there's different things they do. I mean, they've been doing it for decades, fluoride in the water, chemtrails, aluminum in the atmosphere. I mean, the list goes on and on. Could this just be another, way of, making it look like it's somebody else's fault when, we're actually doing it to ourselves?
It just hit me with another theory. What happened that he knew he shot something down off the coast of South Carolina is getting in our water system. So he know he messed up. So in return, they might be faking another object that they shot down in Alaska.
Right.
I mean, for real. America pulled crazy up stunts. Y'all forget what month it is.
I mean, yeah, it's it's obvious. I mean, for anybody that wants to see the writing on the wall, it's there.
This is crucial times we live in, and we need to be alert at all time. Now, let me tell you something, America. I want to show you something that Jim and I discussed a few months ago. And this item is the size of a car, is it not? Is this possibly what they shot down?
Yeah, it's one of them TikTok crafts, right?
That's right, one of them Tic Tac crafts. Remember that they said every time the Navy flew up in the sky, they saw them above the skyline at high altitudes? I'm not making it up. This is in the Navy report, correct?
Yep.
And then they say it'll descend at rapid speeds into the ocean and pop up 16 miles away in 5 minutes?
Yeah, it was doing maneuvers that we can't duplicate.
Correct. Now, what if, follow me, America. What if What if we are actually looking at China technology, Chinese technology?
It's a good possibility.
It is. And it's a possibility they could have actually shot down some high tech ish from China. That and honestly, to me, Jim, I'm gonna be real. As much as I love the whole theory about UFOs and aliens, and do I think it's a UFO? I don't know. I'm
Right.
leaning more towards it's some high tech stuff from the Chinese that they shot down.
Well, you
That's
know, it
what
could
I'm
be
leaning
from the
towards.
Chinese, or it could be,
Russia.
you know, it could be from our own militaries for all we know. Like I said,
Yeah.
smoke screens and mirrors. I mean, that's another possibility.
You know what, Jim? Check this out. I got a theory. Let's touch on this. What if we was testing out one of our high tech crafts to go send over to China for them sending these air balloons over here,
Right.
and it crashed,
Maybe, yeah, that's another possibility.
and,
Yeah.
and people in the sky saw what it was with cell phones, and I'm not saying where it looked like it crashed at. I don't think humans probably live over there. People actually live there. But what happened? Let's just say they say, "Oh shit, it didn't make it out of the country. It crashed." Go ahead and say it was coming in the country,
Right.
and we don't
exactly.
know what it is, and we're not gonna say what it, and go pick it up real fast.
Well, you know, I mean, the way they are, we'll never know the details. I mean, we'll never know the truth.
Let's see what this person has to say. I mean, China tried to kill us with the virus. Maybe China knew, you spelled China like the wrestler, knew that we would eventually shoot it. So when we finally did, we fell into the trap, and the white powder substance came out. It could eventually be deadly. Hey man, we're open to all possibility, but I'm leaning more towards, like, as much as I love for it to be UFO, and it could be. I mean, I might be fishing in the wrong direction tonight.
Right.
If I had to put it in order, and I was a gambling man, which I'm not, I would say it's probably China technology. You know why I say that, Jim? Because the military has been talking saying there's a lot of chatter with China. A lot of chatter with China that they're gearing up for war, that they're training their younger generation for war, that they're doing stuff with their economy that they only do during wartime. And that's why I'm thinking it might be something high tech.
Well, that's a good possibility. Yeah. Yep.
That's why I'm thinking. There's a lot going on with China right now. They're not playing nicely. They're not being friendly. For some reason, they
Well,
think
you
we're
know, I
vulnerable
mean,
and weak.
You know, at this point in time, we're living in very trying times. There's no doubt
Definitely.
about it. I mean, you know, we got that war going on with Russia and Ukraine, and
Exactly.
I mean,
Look at our economy.
we've got technology that can just destroy this planet and ourselves with no problem.
Exactly.
I mean, like they said, you know, they've always prophesied that, you know, the Third World War would be the mother of all wars, you know.
And China is pissed off about us shooting down this spy balloon. I don't know why. You sent some, in our backyard. Like, the audacity of them to be even mad about that. Like, I want some of that ish flying around. I don't allow my kids to have TikTok. And for those of y'all that's watching and you on TikTok, you know that's owned by the Chinese government, and they actually are spying on you.
You know what I've often wondered, right? Man is supposed to be the highest intelligent species in the world. Am I right? Or so he thinks. So he thinks. All right, now let me use an analogy with that analogy. You can, it's a known scientific fact that millions or even billions of ants can get along perfectly smooth in one colony with different ant species involved.
Correct.
Okay? They work together without aggression, like clockwork,
Right.
within perfect harmony within their colony
Protect
and
the queen.
and within nature itself, right?
Correct.
So how can an insect with a brain 1 millionth the size of man's have the capability of doing that, but man himself has no idea how to do it?
Because men have something that is known to cause for us to be self-destructive. It's
Right.
called an ego.
Right, and
Respect.
that's
Respect.
his man's higher intelligence is his curse. Okay, that's his downfall. For example, a cow grazing in a field is more than likely satisfied by doing just that, grazing in a field. But man, due to his higher level of intelligence, distorts the simplicity of nature and will never truly be satisfied until he self-annihilates.
Due to his ego. That's why I tell everybody you need to divorce your ego. Don't divorce your wife, divorce your ego. Divorce your ego. Take it to court. Say, I don't need you anymore. Boy, the ego is, for example, like just the fact we are here tonight having this conversation. I watch a lot of people ego made them afraid to even face the fact that this situation even took place.
Right, exactly. Yeah. A lot of people, a lot of people, you tell them the truth and they don't want to hear the truth. They're afraid of the truth. You know what I mean?
That's right, because the lie is more entertaining than the truth.
Right.
And a lot of people are fear of denial. Let me tell you, when COVID started out, I remember being in the office and I watched grown adults. What y'all talking about that? Don't talk about that. And I was raised up, just because you don't talk about it, baby, it doesn't mean it's not happening.
That's right, and it's not going to make a difference. I mean, it's not going to make it any better.
So you can watch all the Love and Hip Hop, you can watch whatever it is that you watch out there crazy. But right now, I think America should have his eyes to the sky because something is coming, whether it's man-made or from out of this world.
That's right.
Something is coming, and Jim and I stated this before in our other episode. Whatever's coming is going to change the way humanity lives.
That's right. It's going to be something big, something huge.
Something huge. Whether it's a hologram staged attack,
Right.
whether it's massive chemicals released on us, something. Maybe a bomb. I'm not worried about Russia so much because they're over there having home alone situations with Ukraine. They're struggling.
Right.
The only thing we need to be concerned with Russia is they're going to put their finger on that button.
Exactly.
And
you never know. You never know. I mean, that possibility does exist.
Yeah.
I mean, there was reports a while back that Putin is now got cancer. So I mean, if he's the kind of guy that's a radical and knows he ain't got long to go, why would he care? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why
Go
not
out
bring
in a
everybody
bang.
with him? Exactly.
That's right. Go out in a bang. Go
Right.
and get to this. What happened if the spy balloon was just them casing the joint?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Surveillance. Yeah.
Yeah, because that spy balloon flew over our nuclear plants
Right.
with our missiles and everything. Did y'all realize that, America? Oh, it just wasn't flying over the Titty Wing Club. That's something that we need to face. Something is coming. And I don't know what it is. I watched the article, I read an article just recently. And the article stated that China artificial intelligence just made contact with possibly alien life form in 2 galaxies away. So if it made contact with alien life form 2 galaxies away, we don't even know. If this was just 3 days ago, I read this.
Yeah.
3 days ago. Hypothetically speaking, what if that object arrived here because of the contact that China made?
Well, I mean, they've been in and out of here for thousands of years, is my belief. But yeah. I mean, they're definitely out there.
Hey, Donna.
How
Well,
you doing?
you know, I need to see proof from America what they retrieving. And the fact they keep using the word object. Now he did say aircraft. Let me tell y'all that. Let me tell you that before anybody lose their hats and saying we're conspiracy theorists. Nope. We're speaking off of what was presented in the news. You could go on YouTube, watch CNN, Fox News, Sky News, all that. They got the video up there, so we come with the receipts here. I'm just not one of them shows that just talk it out my rear end. At least not all the time. I'm not going to jump out the window tonight, America. I'm not jumping out the window tonight. He kept stating, and he kept tripping on the word object and aircraft. He did say aircraft. They shot down aircraft. He did, but look at this thing here. Flight jet shoots down object over U.S. waters.
Right.
That's a lie. That was today. The object was shot down over ice in Alaska. I'm just showing you the play on the words. This is the spy balloon that was shot down off the coast of South Carolina.
Right.
Why is he flipping back between aircraft and object? What is your thoughts on that? Jim, what are your thoughts on him flipping back between the words aircraft and objects?
Yeah. Well, they're confusing us with both events. You know, that's what they're doing.
Wordplay, trickery.
Right.
Trickery. Now keep in mind, America, just let's go back and just review this again. So we make sure we have a timeline of everything that was going on. Canadian Prime Minister stated Friday he would brief on the shoot down of the high altitude object. High altitude object hovering over Alaska this afternoon and supported the decision to take action. High altitude. High altitude. Jim.
That's another thing that I think that's kind of silly that they say about Trudeau, because I mean, I think we've got the ability to make our own decisions and take our own actions without the advice or okay from another country.
Somebody says, in a strange way, the event of that magnitude may unite us as a people. Now, let me tell you something. That was President Ronald Reagan.
Right.
That said it might take, what do you say, out of universe
An outside threat.
threat
Yeah,
to unite the human race.
Right. Right.
That was, what was it, 83?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
82,
82,
83. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, see, folks, we know our history. We know our history.
Yeah, and I remember that Bay of Pigs incident. That was when Kennedy was in office.
That's right. And now you remember that. Now, no way in hell they wanted Russia anywhere in our backyard.
Right.
So why would we want China flying over our country?
Exactly. Right.
Now, I wrote, hey, Jim.
Hi, Facebook user. I have no way of telling who you are, but hello.
So you're right about that, and it might take something like this. And it's funny because this morning I was listening to Fox News, and they was talking about how the United States military cannot handle China right now because of identity politics and how fragmented American people are. See, those other countries there, for those that people don't realize, when they go to war, the whole damn country go to war against whoever they're going to war with over there.
Oh yeah, and I mean we're outmanned. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
I mean we're out.
And they
we're
have a better
outnumbered.
navy.
Oh yeah, and we're outnumbered for sure.
Yeah. China, let me tell you something, America. We could tote that American flag, and I'm a firm supporter. I'm a veteran. But the reality is, you don't want that smoke with China. That's a different world over there. That's not no Iraq, Afghanistan. You go to war with China, you will see American jets and naval ships sinking in the water. That will not be a pretty war. And they'll have to bring the draft back because America's already down by 25% with the Army in terms of enrollment.
Yep.
They'll have to bring the draft back. And they already talked about that in an article today, said if they bring the draft back, that they were going to draft women.
Well, I mean, just by population alone, Christ,
Yeah.
what? It's billions against millions.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely correct. I mean, this is where we're at. I just the day tomorrow. I want to see what they show tomorrow. This is going to be another thing. If it's ours, something high tech that failed, of course they're not going to show images of the wreck.
Of course, they're not going to tell you the truth. They don't want that information to be known.
If it's an aircraft from another galaxy, you're not going to see pictures of that wreck. They're going to go back and show you this, America. A giant sheep.
Yep, that's going to be the extent of it.
Yeah, a giant sheep. Bed Bath & Beyond then crashed in the water. That's what you're going to see. This is interesting because now I'm also thinking maybe it is something that's unidentifiable, and that's why Canada made the statement that it made. Because one thing we cover up, but when you have Canada don't give a damn what's exposed from the United States government. But when the Prime Minister is saying is hovering near us, go ahead and take it down to. Now let's look at the words. They didn't say flying. They said hovering.
Yeah, high altitude object. They're making it sound more like a balloon type thing. Hovering, yeah.
He did state it was not a spy balloon or any type of balloon.
So he said this guy stated that it was some sort of aircraft.
Yes, he did. And he used the word aircraft, and he switched the object. And he kept slipping up and saying aircraft. And he said it was shot down and it landed on ice.
Huh.
And they asked him, was it a spy balloon? He said, no.
Yeah.
And the reason it was shot down, and he said himself, it was a threat.
Right.
At the altitude, and people asked if they had weapons, and he said he couldn't say. He said, but it was the size of a car.
Yeah, I guess they considered it a threat because it was in the civilian flight path.
And probably the fact that what it looked like.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it might not even been a Tic Tac object. It could have been something that was really alarming. Like, yo, guys, this don't look right. And we don't need this flying over the United States. They'll get bonded up out of here, man. Like, hold up. My God, you got to go.
You got one Facebook user here saying that that would make it exactly 40 years since Reagan made that speech about unity. How crazy is that?
Yeah. Man, what is going on? America, before we're not gonna hold y'all too long, because this is a juicy show. We will be back later on with more upgrade. But before you go, let us know what you think in the box. There's still people on. Just throw your thoughts in there real quick. Let us know. I'm curious. Just don't let us talk. Because, guys, look, if some shit hit the fan, it's going to impact all of us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the bottom line. See, the bottom line is we're all in this together.
Exactly. And that's why Reagan made it. It doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, Socialist, Conservative, LGBTQ2, whatever. You know, we are all in this together. I want y'all to understand that. We are all in this together. If there's some shit flying around, and let me tell you this, Jim, if they shot something down from out of this planet, we don't know how many more are going to show up tomorrow.
Exactly. And to be honest with you, And to be honest with you, I don't think our technology is any match for them.
No, it's not. And I honestly think that if it is from out of this world, they caught an object that was about to crash, probably. Or just got caught slipping, thinking there was no humans around. Because if you shot it down over ice, that means people don't live there.
Right.
So,
yeah, it's desolate, yeah.
Right. So, also before we go, just another possibility to throw out there. We have to head into this base in Antarctica.
Yeah, possibility, yeah.
Huh? We have to head into this base in Antarctica. How many times they've been saying there was a base in Antarctica?
Oh yeah, there's a lot going on there, yeah.
Guys, we need to know your thoughts. Let's see what the comment section has to say. If anybody else put anything else in there. Seattle, of course. That was me, Jerry, your buddy Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
Hey, Jerry. But guys, we're gonna be back with another show. This was my guest Jim, and we're gonna keep your eyes to the sky. We don't know what's going on. I'm excited. Jim almost had to take like a V8 pill because, bro, I was so geeked up. I was like Rick James on cocaine. Man, I was so geeked up. Like honestly, I think I ran over a USC kid bicycle. My mom got on the phone. She was like, "Baby, what's going on with you?" And I was like, "Ma, I done told you, your son ain't damn crazy. Y'all thought I was one of the tinsel hat kids." And I'll tell you, I was in the damn chat group. Where the F is Jim at? Yep, you guys talk all that shit all day long in the chat box. I don't care about your cat. Where's Jim at? There's shit in the sky, man. Where's Jim? I was like, man, let me slow it down a bit. I couldn't comb my beard. My hand was shaking. Yo, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't know what the fuck I ate for dinner. I don't even know what I ate for dinner. That's how geeked up I was. I forgot I spoke to Rob tonight.
Yeah, well, there's a lot more coming. There's a lot more coming down the pike to be looking forward to. So
I was so
all I can say is keep your eyes to the sky. That's it.
Hey man, I was so pumped up. I don't even know why my car trunk is open. My mom had to give me reassurance. I never said you were crazy, baby. You've been spot on about the economy and this shit, guy. I ain't never said you. Your sister said you was crazy, but I ain't never said you was crazy and stuff. I'm like, all right, y'all trying to clown me. Y'all trying to clown me, get at me about some stuff, and now, hey man, it might be something.
No matter who calls you crazy, there's one thing that everybody has to admit: we're living in some crazy times.
Oh, yes, we are. We very, very crazy time. And let me tell you something. It's crazy time, but the craziness is becoming the norm. That's what's scary.
Well, yeah.
That's what's scary.
That's the scary part, yeah. That's true.
You know, like every 5 minutes is something going on.
Yeah.
They're finding something's happening, it's a new disease.
Well, all I can say is something big is coming down the pike to a theater near us.
Yeah. And y'all can say, oh, Derek got his tinsel hat on, whatever. I'm not one of them guys. I just report back what people like him says. The guy that get paid the big bucks. If he say it's the craft that will hover over the water, well, by golly, we're going to rock with him. We're going to rock with him. And I'm going to rock with this guy right here because he looked like he sees some shit. And I'm going to rock with him too. And Bed Bath & Beyond is throwing sheets in the air and they land in the ocean. We're going to rock with him too.
You know, you would think with the money that they make, right, they could show better reporting than that with the fake news. I mean,
right.
Looks, you know, with a photo like that, it looks like they're running on a thin budget.
Man, look at that boat right there. Look at that boat. I seen better boats on what's that? The TV show with the swamp people killing the gators and stuff.
Yeah.
They have better boats than that. Look at this here. There's a guy in the back that looks hungry. He looks kind of hungry. He's like, man,
Yeah.
Can we get back to shore? I didn't eat lunch today.
The guy on the very end there in the back looks like he's bored as hell.
Yeah, hell yeah. Look like somebody on the cell phone. Like, baby, I'll be home later tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
how long do I have to pose like this?
hey, look at this guy here. He over here talking about, you think those are Nancy Pelosi real breasts?
No, I think they're fake, just like the fake news.
Yeah, bro, and what the hell was up with her? I get people confused. Somebody's husband was kissing somebody's wife in the mouth. I said, what type of freaky stuff y'all got going on in the White House at the State of the Union?
Oh, come on, man. They get all that. They
That
get all
Biden
that.
wife kissing Kamala
Come on,
husband?
hey. They got all that stuff, man. All that swinging bullshit going on.
Oh
Come on.
my God, man! We got kids watching the damn State of the Union doing current events, and they over there just. You got all type of madness. Oh my God, man! This.
So, yeah, well, you know, the world's going to hell in a handbasket.
You got all type of stuff. Madonna out here looking like an alien. You got all type of stuff going on. Oh man, you know, guy, did some shit really come out the sky like a mothership? Stay out of the way of my car. Because right now there's an angry USC student because I heard that bike go crunk crunk. A little moped, wherever that thing crunk crunk and stuff. And by the way, to the Parafam chat group, these issues are pertinent. I don't come into the chat often because I'm looking for UFOs, to be honest. But when I come in and say, has anybody seen Jim? I need you guys to respond fast. I need you guys to respond super fast. I don't want to hear shit about your cat, yo. Have you seen Jim? Hey, do you know where Jim at? Do I need to say it for you, Spanish? Don't inside Jim. Have y'all seen damn Jim? We got shit to report. What's going on with you guys? Do y'all need some Red Bull? I don't
Derek,
know, babe.
Derek, put up that comment from Julius Caesar there, the buller.
What do you say?
Says, why can't we find and capture these flying machines? Are they advanced? So ever they fear the human beings and weapons? Well, you know, we're not good to ourselves, so how do you think we're going to treat them? Of course they're afraid of us.
Well, another reason
They're afraid of our mentality, not what we can do to them, but they know we're not good to ourselves. How do you think that we would treat them if they were to come down here and try to mingle with us?
And all of us on this planet, as far as I know of, walk on two legs.
Exactly.
You know what? This I don't know what this look like flying. It could be something that slithers out. It could be some artificial intelligence. I don't know what's inside these crafts and what they look like. But wherever it is, if it don't look like us, or had its booster shot, or wearing a mask, we're not going to be friendly to it.
A number of them could be remote control. We don't know.
Well, exactly. Like if this could be a scout object.
Right.
The object, the craft itself could be a artificial intelligence organism.
That's right. Extraterrestrial in nature. Yeah.
That's right. Like the movie Nope.
Yep.
If you watch that, the craft was actually a living
entity. Yeah.
Entity. So we don't even know. But maybe that's why if they say there was nobody flying it, maybe because the craft itself was a living entity.
Yeah. I mean, it could be remote controlled. It could be pre-programmed.
And somebody or somewhere else could be like, all right, they shot down one of ours. Or if the craft itself is a living entity, they could be like, hey, look, they got one of our crafts. We need to come on down and retrieve it. Because that's how you start seeing a lot, like with Roswell, with that craft, people said they saw more crafts in the following week.
Right.
$200 cheap Chinese balloon. $1 million missile. Big
win.
Somebody said, I believe they're already amongst us. Jim, you looking like what?
Jim, you're looking like one. I'm not shape shifting yet. I don't think.
No, no. Hey, Jim, bro, but that tattoo on your arm, is it giving off any weird vibes or anything?
Oh yeah, I mean, it morphs. I've showed you side by side, right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, hey, you need to keep an eye on that, bro, because
I don't know. Kind of just morphs slightly,
now for those of you guys who don't know, Jim has this tattoo on him that has been morphing on its own. As you can see, that tattoo has aged and the ink has aged. And the original footage, which you could go on one of our sites and stuff, and see the original design of it.
Yeah, when it was first put on, and I got a side by side. It's been on my arm for about 10 years now because that abduction occurred in the late fall of 2012.
Correct. And it has morphed. And strangely, I met Jim this year, and now it has morphed even more. And I've been keeping
Right.
an eye on it. And Jim, maybe this morphing that we're witnessing is because
Yeah,
there's
well,
something that's getting closer.
it could be signs. Like I said, I get telepathic downloads. I'm a contactee. I'm connected to the Zeta Reticuli,
Right,
and
right.
you know, and something big is coming down the pike. But it's a very confusing moving ahead with whatever's happening. So, I mean, it's not an easy task. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely. Well, guys, look, we're not gonna hold y'all up. We want to thank everyone for tuning in. We're gonna be back. We just had to get this in. It's a good show for a Friday night. We had to get
Yeah.
it. We had to get it in for everybody. And stay tuned. We're gonna be back with another show.
Yeah, it was unexpected, but I enjoyed it. And thanks for having me on.
Well, I appreciate you, Joe. And for the
Oh.
record, most UFO sightings are unexpected.
That's true. Yeah.
But guys, thank y'all for tuning in. This is actually Hoodoo Lounge Paranormal, say Hilton Live Paranormal, but it's all the same company, same brand. We're gonna have more shows coming back to discuss this. We're gonna keep our eyes to the sky. We're just gonna do a run cap at that there with the spy balloon that they shut
Yep.
down. Possibly they might have saw something like this hovering, the Tic Tac object.
Yep.
This is what they retrieved off the coast of South Carolina. Dude, like, man, I take a hungry man meal so bad right now. And let's salute our pilots for moving swiftly and quickly. And let's really listen to what this guy has to say because his play on words is looking kind of crazy
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
there. And guys, on that note, thank you for tuning in. We'll see y'all soon.